meditation. So 12-12 is all about balancing your divine masculine and your divine feminine. So when we take the divine masculine being number 1 and the divine feminine being number 2, and we join them together, we get number 3. Good at maths, right? But when we get a number 3 number, it actually means a triangle. So tonight we're going to be working with like trinities of triangles. You might see those shapes depending on what your psychic abilities are, or your psychic senses. You might see shapes, you might see colours, you might feel it, sense it, know it, whatever your psychic senses are, we're going to allow those to come through and activate them. So the reason why I wanted to do divine masculine, divine feminine healing is that it will help us to come back to balance and a sense of real peace and harmony. Oh, I've got some people looking. I've got 10. Right, let me know in the chat who I've got so I can say good evening to you. Are you all excited for this? No, we've got 11. Let me know who I've got here. So we're gonna be going for a good half an hour with the channeling, 40 minutes, you know me with my timings. And it's just going to be a pure channeling, clearing, healing, activation, okay? So all you need to do is just be in a quiet space, so you're not going to be disturbed. This will come back and it'll be uploaded on my YouTube. So if you're part of my email list, you'll get this sent out to you. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do it. Welcome into the community, or the new people that have arrived as well because of this event happening this evening. Hey Karen, how are you? Hi Melissa, how are you? Lovely. Hey Jet, nice to see you. Thank you for turning up, and thank you for saying hello, because it's nice to know who I'm communicating with. It's not like Zoom. So balancing the divine feminine, divine masculine, why is it important? Well, it is very important, because if we tend to be in one camp more than the other, because we have both, right? We do have the divine masculine, divine feminine energies within us, right? But if we're in one camp more than we are the other, especially if it's not our natural camp that we want to be hanging out in, it can lead to illness and disease. And I've seen things, and I know with myself, right, if I'm too much in my masculine, and I can spend a fair bit of time in my masculine because I'm a bit of a go-getter, but if I don't have time spent in my divine feminine, guess what happens? Burnout, sickness, ill health, and I have to put myself to bed, right, and give myself a good talking to. So let me know in the chat. Hey Donna Marie, hello Wendy, hello Pina, hello, good evening. Hey Annie, how are you? Hello Sarah. I've sent you a message, Sarah, with your meditation, lovey. So what camp do you think you naturally sit in? So we all have feminine energy, we all have masculine energy, but what percentage that you sit in is going to be unique to you, your unique blueprint, okay? And 9 times out of 10, you can pretty much see it with a lot of people, right? You know how sometimes you can meet a guy and you think, oh, he's very soft, right? He's probably more in his feminine, right? And then there's some guys that you meet and you think, oh God, they're so masculine, it's unbelievable. They're really in that camp. And the same with women, right? You know, you tend to see more the alpha female being more in her masculine than her feminine. But, you know, some of you have known me for a good number of years. And when I used to have really short hair, right, I even used to shave the side of it. But I would go through peaks and troughs throughout my life where I'd be more in the masculine and more in the feminine. You can see that with me, right? But the best thing to do is to have it in balance for you, for the right balance for you as such. So we're going to help you out with that tonight. And you know, we've come to the end of the year, so we're in the 12 month, aren't we? So 12/12, and you know, the universe is always supporting us. You know, we have all the different double digits throughout the year. You know, we have the 1/1 portal, we have the 2/2 portal, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, 7, the 8. I mean, the 8 one is really exciting, isn't it? Because it's always about the Lion's Gate. And then, you know, the 11:11 portal is always really exciting. But I actually really like the 12:12 portal, because this is the energy opening up for us to help us move forward into next year. You know, we're always very good of, get Christmas out of the way, and then we look at New Year, and then like, oh, we'll start our new routine in the new year. New year, new me, that type of thing. But it actually starts at the 12:12 portal. This is where you should be really setting up your intentions and allowing that energy that's around to come through to support us in what we need to rebalance. 12:12 is all about balance. What we need to rebalance, what we need to look at, what we need to reassess, what we need to let go of, so that we're able to bring in into the new year, or what we need to the new year to set up in. So I'm going to give you a few little minutes. I want you to pop in the chat. I want this to be really interactive, because I love it when we're hanging out together. Hello Mandy, how are you? I want you to just, you know, put a few things in the chat and tell me, what are you ready to let go of? Hello, Mum. Mum's here. Hello, Mum. Okay, Mum, what are you ready to let go of? Okay, so 65% male, 35% female. Yeah. Okay, great. And the thing is, like, the last few months have been really, really busy with the work and everything like that. So I've been more in my divine masculine, right? So I'm ready to be stepping into my divine feminine. So I've been, and you know when you want to be in your divine feminine, because different things start to shift and change in your life. So I'll give you an example of what the energies, the identity of a masculine energy compared to a feminine energy, because I think you'll find this quite interesting. So with divine masculine, where are my notes? Because I've got the shadow sides as well, because that's what we need to also look at, because we have, although we have divine masculine, divine feminine energies, we also have the shadow, and we also have the light of those energies as well. So divine masculine is the chakra points that the masculine energy sits in, is the throat chakra, the solar plexus, and the root chakra. And the qualities of a divine masculine energy is stability, humor, expression, courage, very outward energy, very action taking energy. Divine masculine energy is very strong, has a strong identity, and very action orientated, like I just said. And the energy centers are those points as well. And you'll know that if you are struggling, because sometimes at this time of year, I know we're in Australia, but in the UK it was always cold. But at this time of year, for me, right, December was always my busiest time of the year, because I used to be an ex-hairdresser. So, you know, getting everybody done, looking gorgeous for Christmas. But for me, right, because I had to be so much in the action, what would happen to me? My throat chakra would get blocked. I'd be sick. My burnout would lead to that throat being poorly. So you can actually muscle test to see if you've got any of those chakra points blocked. You can even use a pendulum to see whether those chakra points are blocked. Okay, so if you've got anything with throat, solar plexus, root chakras. Divine feminine. Where's my divine feminine? So the qualities of the divine feminine are compassion, intuition, creativity, empathy, inner wisdom, and being in flow, right? Very floaty energy, as I always feel the divine feminine. And the chakra points that are really associated with divine feminine are, of course, would be the sacral, the third eye, the crown chakra, and the causal chakra, very much the causal chakra. The third eye, now look, the third eye, I've heard a number of different things. Your third eye is actually supposed to be your masculine way of seeing with your intuition, and the causal chakra is supposed to be your divine feminine in seeing it. But not everybody's got that chakra point completely fully opened. Okay, so you know, let's just say intuition is divine feminine. So the shadow side of everything. So the shadow side of the masculine, all right, is aggression, dominance, control, being rigid, inability to be vulnerable. So that's the shadow side of the divine masculine, or the masculine energy. The shadow side of the feminine is codependency, victimization, playing the victim, manipulation, repressed emotions, and fear of power. So I'm just going to have a little look and see what everyone's written. So we've got the two different energies, masculine and feminine, and then we've got the light side and the shadow side. So now I've said everything there. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting more in masculine, feminine? Okay, so for a lot of us women, because Christmas period is coming on, we're having to do a lot of work. So we're having to step into the divine masculine. And if that's not your natural camp, as I said, then the shadow sides can show up. Okay. All right, Mel, I'm ready to shift more into my feminine energy for a better balance. I've spent the past few months heavily into the masculine. Yeah, me too, Mel. Sarah, I'm ready to move into more feminine energy. Yeah. Ready to let go of rushing and pushing all the time. Oh, Sarah, thank you, lovely. Thank you, thank you. I want to let go of the hustle mode, yep, and the stress with my family. Yeah, so family dynamics is a really interesting one, but that is actually in the planetary in the planetary stuff at the moment. It is all about family dynamics this month in December. Yeah, so it's natural that it's coming up. Okay, it's in the stars. The roller coaster with my finances, control. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? When things aren't going our way, what do we tend to do? If things aren't going our way, we try and control even more, right? So we step into more masculine. And what do we get taught as healers? I know, Mandy, you're a healer as well, is that, surrender and allow, right? Which is stepping into the feminine. The feminine is all about receiving as well. This year I've resolved and released a lot of old issues. It's time for flow and lightness. Yeah. And next year is a 9 year, so a lot of us are being asked to let go and to complete things. Kieran, 90% masculine, 10% feminine. Okay. I think more feminine. Oh, it's jumping up. I need more feminine, need more balance with the masculine. Yeah, so you're in the right place tonight, Wendy. What I am willing to let go of in 2025, lots. Parts of my past that do not support me in all ways for the highest good of all of me. Yeah. I'm more in my masculine all of the time. Would love to be in my feminine. Okay. I'm so glad I made it tonight. Hello, Shani. Hi. Hey, Jane. Need to be more open to spiritual connection with myself. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Everyone's just popping in the chat. I've got 16 of you here. Lovely, great. Okay, so we've gone through masculine energy, feminine energy, light and shadow. Okay, so is everyone with me on that? So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to do the healings and the clearings a couple of ways. It's going to go in different stages and different layers. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take you up into the magic portal as such, okay, and bring in all that lovely vortex energy of the 1212. Now it should be shown to you in like a Blu-ray light. That's the energy of the 1212. Now, depending on what your psychic senses are, so sometimes I'll say, oh, you need to see this. If you don't have clairvoyance, you're not going to see it. Okay, so don't get upset with yourself. You will tune in to whatever is your natural abilities with your psychic sense. So if you are clairvoyant, you're going to see things, okay? If you are clairaudient, you're going to hear buzzing or ringing, or you might even hear the odd word coming through. If you are claircognizant, you are just going to know that this stuff is clearing in you and it is shifting, okay? If you are clairtangent, tangency, that's fingers. If you are clairsentient, that's the one I was thinking of. If you are clairsentient, you're going to feel all the tingles going through your body, okay? You might feel pins and needles. You might feel, you know, like it feels like fingertips sometimes touching your head and things like that. So really depending on what your psychic sense is. So you want to be open to seeing, sensing, feeling, knowing, and being able to listen. All right. So it really depends. When I'm channeling, I might say one thing, I might say another. It really comes, what comes out of my mouth is the way it's being shown to me. Now, I do have all my psychic senses, but they land at different times. So sometimes I'm saying things and feeling things and knowing things. So it could be a bit random. So just go with me on that. People that have been on the bus before know exactly what I'm on about. Okay, so we are going to also do some clearing. So what I want to do is that I want to clear some of the shadow aspects of the masculine and the feminine energies. So we're going to set that up in triangle portals, and the triangle portals are going to be upside down. So the point will be pointing to the earth. So it will be like a vessel, like a goblet vessel, right? And you want to see all the sludgy shadow side of the feminine and the masculine going into the earth. So we're going to use Epona to come in and help pull that and send it down into the earth, because the earth loves all that stuff. And then the light side of the divine feminine energy, divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy is still going to be triangles, like I said earlier. I know some people have just arrived. So 1 and 2, 12, 12, 1 and 2, make a 3, becomes a triangle. So with the triangles, the divine masculine triangle will be gold, and the divine feminine triangle will be pink. And then what we're going to do to be able to merge the two together, because we want to live in balance and harmony, we don't want to live separate. We want to bring the gold and the pink light together and merge them. We also want to be pulling up the inner version of our self, of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So those ones that have said on the call tonight that you want to be more in your feminine, which is interesting, a lot of you are more in your masculine, is that we want to call out that version of your divine feminine in front of you. Because sometimes some of you have never met your divine feminine archetype within yourself, right? It's a bit like, some of you will understand like inner child healing. I mean, I do inner child, inner parent and things like that, but there is like the inner version of you, the inner archetype. So you want to bring up and you want to be communicating. So some of you that want to be the divine feminine, right, you want to be bringing in that archetype and seeing her in all her wonder and her glory, and you want to have that connection rather than a really strong connection with your divine masculine, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Does that sound fun? And what we're going to do is going to be able to bring in a whole new version of ourselves that is going to support you in 2025. So just pop into the chat. What's your intention for this evening? Let me know, because, you know, pop the intention in is always really, really good. Okay, so letting go of clutter and chaos in all ways. Letting go of me last, letting go of control, letting go of ancestral stories that do not support. Yeah, letting go of hiding and choosing to live out loud. Oh, lovely. More feminine in blueprint, and when necessarily incredibly masculine too. Yeah, you want good, strong versions of both of them, right? Because there's some times where we do need to be in our masculine, and there's sometimes that we do need to be in our feminine. But it's the way you switch from one to the other, okay? That's the dance. That's what you want. You want a lovely tango, and you want a lovely dance between the two, all right? Rather than very high extremes and low extremes, okay? So you want to be able to do the dance and the wave between the two. And you really want to reassess, right? So like for me, I knew that November was like session after session after session after session, right? And it had been building, and now in December is like I'm in creativity mode with, you know, like stuff for next year, what's coming out, what I want to do, you know, bit more with renovations with the house, and a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of gardening and stuff like that, and bossing Andrew around what I want in the garden. I'm not doing the garden, that's a boy job, that's a blue job. That's not a pink job. That's what we say in our house. I'll share that with you. We have pink jobs and we have blue jobs. Releasing of 2024. How have people found 2024? It's been an interesting year, hasn't it? It's gone really quick. Receiving the feminine of me. Yeah, and Sarah, I see you as very feminine. Very feminine. It's funny, isn't it? Connecting with my divine feminine and masculine. Yeah. Feminine and masculine balance. PLS. Oh, please. I was like, PLS? What's PLS? Yes, please. That's the dyslexic in me. Oh, Sarah, that's funny. Karen, to absolutely experience my divine feminine, to ebb and flow and work in alignment from a place of love and creativity. Absolutely. Unfortunately, missed a lot. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve me. Love this, bring it on. My intention is to be okay with life moving at a slower pace, implementing all the plans and foundation work I've done over the past few months, and enjoy the fruits of that labour. Yeah, and you see, the thing is, right, we do go through different seasons as well, not only with ourselves, but literally different seasons. So, you know, if you are quite connected to the seasons, which I am. So if you're a person that's quite connected to the moon cycles, that really understands the cycles of the earth. Not everybody else is, right? So I might be talking about this and you'd be like, oh Claire, what are you banging on about, right? But some people are really connected to their moon cycles, to the earth cycles, right? I know I'm very connected to the earth cycles. Yeah, the moon cycles as well. I'm sort of understanding that a little bit more. But, you know, you've got spring, summer, autumn, winter. And especially being an entrepreneur, right, business owner, is there are peaks and troughs to where, you know, where you're planting seeds, right, where you are putting in the work for the fruits of your labour and everything like that. So then you've got the summer, then your autumn is your harvest, and then winter you need to let it die off and go back, right? And this year that was very prevalent to me. Like through winter, I really was like, whoo, okay. But in my winter, I was just letting that go, that needs to go, that needs to go, that needs to go, because I was waiting for, you know, spring to come in, and now we're hitting into the summer, and this my natural cycles are very much like that. So we have that as well. I want to keep the flow easier and create with creation. Yep, so you definitely need to be in that feminine energy more, right? And as women of a certain age, I know some of you are similar ages to me, that can all go a little bit haywire as well. Because our hormones change, right? So our feminine energy starts to shift, and where we become very creative, so naturally we should be very creative through the sacral, right? When we hit a certain age, that sacral isn't used anymore, because we're not going to birth and create through that sacral. We need to start creating up here in the different chakra points as well. I need to feel more feminine energy. I need to let go. Okay, balance between both feminine and masculine. Letting go of fear or failure or hiding who I am because it's too much. Oh yeah, it's too much for others. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. My intention for this evening is to create clear the clutter and the old thinking, and the vision for the coming year. Acknowledge my true purpose and launch my communications, intuitive driven business founded in love. Okay, letting go of anything that isn't serving me. Clutter, I'm thinking, oh, a lot of you all need to have a good declutter, don't you? Making positive decisions and going in positive directions, bringing in positive change. Yep. So when you're wanting to, I'm just going to talk about that a little bit, you know, wanting to make positive decisions, wanting to make positive directions, and wanting to bring in positive change. I just want to say, in as a caveat to that, is just make sure that you're going ahead with it, because what a lot of people can do is a lot of people can they won't start because they want it to be a positive outcome, right? You just got to start, right? And then as you're moving and growing, right, you set the intention that it will be good, and if it isn't good, that's okay, you just learn by it. But I see a lot of women holding back and not taking those footsteps first, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, well, I want the outcome to be that, rather than just taking that step. Does that make sense? I used to be like that a lot. I'm like one of those people now that's like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out while I'm on the way. My intention is to be able to plan and focus on positive 25. And 24 has been a tough health-wise. More living with the seasons and the planetary connections. I'm strongly connected to the lunar cycles, tides of the ebbs and flow. Yeah, also connected to the cycles of the earth. Yep. After having children, my sacral went offline. Does that suggest I would use another chakra for creativity? As you start to get older, your creativity will come in. Your intuition and your creativity comes in through your pineal and your pituitary gland. Yeah. That's why a lot of women in menopause struggle with migraine, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the calcification of that pineal and the pituitary gland and open everything up. So a lot of women back in the day would use their womb as their intuition, right? Or their creativity, their intuition. And then as you go through that journey of perimenopause, menopause, right, you're moving that energy center from there up to there. So if you think your psychic abilities and your creativity was good, you wait till this all starts to activate and come through. And that's what you want to be doing, right? Because what happens is your creativity, like for me, if I give an example, so I haven't got a womb anymore. I had a hysterectomy about 8 years ago. But I still have the energetics of where the womb is, right? So I can still feel everything through the sacral. But because that's gone, it naturally activated all of this in me. And literally, I'm not kidding you, had the hysterectomy, and at the same time, I was having theta healing sessions as a client. And then that was it. That was my journey. Everything was starting to open up. I was becoming more psychic. Then I did the courses, and then it was bam, right? So naturally, it went straight there, opened up. But if you have it all opened up when you're younger, that's even better, right? But yes, your creativity comes through that, ta-da, the light bulb, bing. Whereas you can see a lot of women sometimes, if they want to get into their creativity, they'll hold that as well. Sometimes the outcome can be better than we expect. Absolutely. I also want to let go of declutter and create harmonious surroundings in my home. Are you still decluttering, Pina? Oh my God, me too. Is that you, Sarah? Did you have a hysterectomy? Is that what you're saying yes to? Yeah, because you're fall straight into a different archetype, right? So when you have a hysterectomy, you can't have children anymore. You definitely can't have children anymore. There's no whoopsies coming in, right? So you have completely shut down that archetype of the mother archetype, right? So you then step straight into the wise woman. That's why when women are going through peri, and you know how sometimes they say you've got to have that, is it 13 months without a period, then you're officially like in menopause, or whatever the terminology is, right? But you know how some women can have like 3 or 4 months, then they have a bleed, or they can go 6 months, or they can go 8 months, and then, you know, they're back and forth, back and forth. It's because they need to allow their body to go through it, right? They're fighting it. They're fighting that archetype. You had it at 40, yeah, 40, the same thing happened, everything opened up. Yeah, absolutely, it's meant to. It's meant to, right? That's where I work with women with peri issues, is because I need to push them into that archetype of the wise woman, right? But sometimes the healing that needs to happen in that is that they need to let go of if they couldn't have had children, or there was always another child to come, you know, that type of energy. Yeah, the easiest way from a metaphysical point of view to help women with menopause is to actually put their body through it and out the other side, right? But they need to do some healing on it, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to hold on to the past, and they're not stepping forward into that future, because they've got fear of stepping into that future, whatever that future would look like, or they don't know what that future's like, and they're trying to control it. So there's that. It's like bookends along that. Okay, are we ready to get going? Sorry, I've been talking for half an hour as well with you all. All right, so when you're ready, I want you to take a pause and a breath. I want you to close your eyes. We've got 13 on here now. Fabulous. I feel like the wise woman now. Journey has opened up even more. And my spiritual business is coming into light. Yeah, perfect, in 2025. I had my baby, so I'm lucky there. Yeah. All right, so when you're ready, close your eyes. Okay, and we're just going to imagine that we're going to put you in a bubble of white light, and nothing in the white light can harm or hurt you. And I want you to breathe in that white light. And I want you to imagine that silver roots are coming out from the soles of your feet all the way down into the earth. And as those silver roots come all the way down into the earth, or go all the way down into the earth, I want you to imagine that there's this beautiful crystal. And we're going to work with a rose quartz crystal for the divine feminine, and we're going to work with a black tourmaline crystal for the divine masculine. And I want you to feel your energy centers from feminine and masculine wrapping around those two different crystals. And you're going to pull that crystalline energy all the way up through from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. And we're going to call in your angels and guides of 100% love and light. And anything not of 100% love and light, we're just going to release and send back to the light by its name. And anywhere where you are giving away your energy and your power to any person, place or situation, I want you to see, sense, feel, know as though there's cords on you, attached to you and attached to anything that's draining you. And I want you to imagine that there's this really big sword coming down now and just cutting you free, cutting you loose. And the ends of those cords are just going to be taken up to the light. And you're going to imagine that there's this beautiful silver thread coming above your head now. And like a beautiful crown, it's just been placed on your head so that you're being connected from above and you're connected down below. And we're going to call in and work with the goddess Epona, the goddess Freya, and the goddess Artemis. And these goddesses have a real great balance of divine feminine and divine masculine. Okay, so just keep breathing in that light. And you're going to imagine that this portal of light is going to start opening up. If you imagine that you're looking up, you can see this blue portal of light just opening up above your head. And through this blue portal of light, you're going to see one golden triangle and one pink triangle coming down and just being placed in front of you. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up the golden triangle, which is the masculine. And you're going to place that into your heart. And then you're going to pick up the pink triangle, which represents the divine feminine, and place that in your heart. And you're going to see that spiraling around in your heart, and it's merging the gold and the pink colours together. And it's going to start to fill up your root chakra, and then go into your sacral, then into your solar plexus, in your heart, in your throat, in your third eye, and in your crown. And like a beautiful swirling light going through your whole body, just cleansing and clearing. Don't need to think or do anything, just allow these energies swirling. And it feels really good. And as those two energies are swirling around, I want you to tune in to the golden figure that stood in front of you, which is the divine masculine. This is your inner divine masculine. I want you to witness the communication and the insights that they're showing you. Is there any messages? Is there anything that you need to start doing and stop doing? Okay, just allow that information to come through. Then I want you to see the pink figure, which is your divine feminine. What does she look like? Just witness. What's her communication? What's the insight? What message does she have for you today? Just breathe. And just allow her to send that energy, that soft energy over to you. That energy of beautiful compassion, of empathy. And that deep inner wisdom. and allow her to be really part of you. Allow her to come in and really love and support and help you. And just allow this real sense of nurturing. And some of you really don't know how to nurture yourself. And she's going to place a rose quartz crystal on your third eye now. Okay, that's just going to help with integration. And then from this portal of light, you're going to see the two black upside down triangles come down and wedge themselves into the earth. And they're going to be the shadow aspects of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So all the times that you felt aggression, dominance, control, being rigid, and the inability to be vulnerable, all those times that you've experienced that you've experienced it to yourself or anyone else, I want you to imagine that you're just now pouring all of that into that black triangle. And I want you to keep filling it up until it's all disappeared. And you're going to see it pouring out the end of the triangle into the earth. And then on the other side, all the times from the shadow side of the feminine, so all the codependency, being the victim, victimization, manipulation, all the repressed emotions, and any fear of power. I want you to pour that into that black triangle. Let it go. Keep letting it go. It's interesting, a lot of you are quite easy to let the masculine stuff go, but not the feminine. Okay, I want you to imagine that it's seen like womb space, ovaries. Allow it to pour out of there and just release. Let it go. Don't hold on. Let the energy move. Okay, then we're just going to go back to the heart chakra. Okay, and we're just going to bring in lots of forgiveness for all the times that you've punished yourself, punished your body to be in the divine masculine too much or the divine feminine too much. So once again, I just want you to use your breath and just breathe through that. So you see that heart chakra become greener, brighter green, and it becomes lighter. And I want you to imagine that there's this beautiful pale, pale pink rose just being placed back in your heart from your divine feminine. So she's placed a rose quartz crystal on your forehead. She's placed a beautiful pale rose in your heart. And then she's going to place her hands on your sacral. And you're going to feel the golden figure behind you, the divine masculine. And you're going to feel that warmth, that strength behind you. So you've got the divine feminine in front of you with her hands on your sacral, and you've got your divine masculine behind you. Okay, and just allow. And then I want you to see your new version of yourself stepping out of that old shell. So you might want to feel like you're breaking a shell and you're stepping out. Or you might want to feel like you're taking off an old coat or shedding your skin. I want you to see, sense, feel, know, listen with your whole being. What does this new version of you say? What does it feel like? What do you know? And I want you to feel this divine union. And you're going to pull earth energy up again through the soles of your feet, all the way to the top of your head. So you're embodying this now. You're just going to feel that divine light come all around you again, just cleansing and clearing. Okay, you can see those goddesses start to walk away. And you're going to start to be empowered, but in your feminine and back in balance. Okay, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a nice big stretch and open your eyes. All right, come back to, let me know in the chat, how did that feel? I think some of you are going to sleep well tonight. Very relaxing, yeah. Good. Did you get any messages that came through? If you didn't get messages, they might drop through in the next few days. Very grounding. Oh yeah, all the tingles. Oh, you felt the tingles. She's my tingler. Yeah. Oh, that felt incredible. Thank you, Annie. I sent you your video today, Annie. So check your junk mail that that it hasn't gone in there. Your recording. Yeah, I really love the fact that the divine feminine was sort of holding that space and the divine masculine was sort of behind. I thought, oh yeah, I like that. That feels good. That feels good. Very clear visually. Good. Nice. It was nice pouring all that gunk out, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was a lovely start to the new year. That nice clearing. So you can come back and listen to this at any time. It will stay up tonight. It will be taken down tomorrow. It will go onto YouTube, and then I'll put the link back in. If you are part of my email list, you'll also get this sent through on an email as well. Smiling, could see all the lights and the beautiful rose. Yeah, that was nice. The crystal and the rose. I was like, oh, I might even go downstairs tonight when I'm in bed and I'll put my rose quartz crystal on there. Wonderful, good. Glad you enjoyed that, Wendy. Jet. I could really feel the masculine shadows funneling in. Yeah, it definitely wasn't an easy to let go of the feminine side. No, it wasn't easy to let go of the feminine side. The masculine, it was like, yeah, get rid of that. And then the females, I was like, oh, and I could feel it. I could feel it in my ovaries, and I could really feel it in my left ovary. Because like tonight, when I had dinner, I was sat there going, oh, I've got a bit of a dig in here. And as I was clearing that, I could feel that was releasing. So the divine feminine shadow being the triangle, I just saw it as like the two ovaries and the womb space, but we were really holding on to stuff in those ovaries. Women are very good at holding on to grudges. Okay, honey, your heart felt gorgeous. Felt so good. It was beautiful and relaxing. Oh wow, that was transformative. I think clear feminine, clear masculine, balanced. All of the clairs, woohoo! All of the clairs, yes. Thank you. That was really beautiful. Yes, so you can listen to this at any time. Don't forget the YouTube channel does have. There's a really good video on the YouTube. It's in the group as well, in the thing, and it is. There is a divine feminine healing in there as well. Probably did it about 18 months ago, I think. I did it as a live, so it is in. There is a feminine one in there. I do the divine feminine every now and again. Just to let you know, we are in the 12 days of Giftmas. So if you've not read your email from me this morning, I think I'll put it into the group each day as well. So for the next 12, because I did 12, and then I thought, well, I'll do 12 days of Giftmas. So every day there is an opportunity with a gift from me. So have a look at your emails. If it's something that you fancy taking up, then please go ahead and, I think today was about soul contracts. Tomorrow's a good one. Just so you know. But I'll put them in the group as well. What the gifts are. So that's my 12 days of Giftmas for you. And that'll be about it, really. I'll be back next Monday for cards and wisdom. But that's pretty much going to be it now till Christmas. So please make use of the group. Please make use of the YouTube and all the healings, and please take use of the 12 days of Giftmas. And I will see you all on Monday, and we'll be hanging out at some point anyway through the holiday period. But have a super Christmas if I don't speak to any of you before then. Sending you lots of love, and I look forward to showing you and sharing with you some of the lovely gifts and all the exciting things that are going to be happening next year for the community. Take care. Thank you for showing up. I'm glad you enjoyed this, and I've really loved being with you on the 12/12 tonight.